Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our first ever MaddenSchool.com tournament recap. I am Stick Hype alongside of Stickwork, and we are excited to be here recapping what was a very quality tournament.
I mean, that tournament was unbelievable. It was the best Mutt Squads tournament we have put on yet, and it's all brought to you by MaddenSchool.com, the one and only. Hype, let's just talk about the teams real quick.
Yeah, I mean, each week we've done a great job, I think, and so is the community of growing as a tournament and what is starting to look a little bit like an esport. I do want to talk about the teams. 24 to sign up before the date started. We did have 2 late dropouts, which is unfortunate, but that still means 22 teams for a Thursday night tournament.
And when we started this, we had 8 teams.
Correct.
Playing for cash money in a free entry tournament. The other great thing about seeing this thing grow was just how quickly it's starting to grow with we've only had 4 tournaments so far.
Yeah, exactly.
And here we are.
And the turnover rate has been ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Week by week, we've done a great job. And it's not even just teams joining just to join. We're talking about 9 out of the top 10 players all in this tournament. We would have had all 10, but one had to drop out late. So we're talking the best of the best competing on a weekly basis. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, so like as you were talking about that, we would have had all 10 of the top 10 ranked guys on the PlayStation 4 Mutt Squads in the tournament, besides the one unfortunate dropout late. But so we had 9 of the top 10 guys, and basically everybody else in that top 50.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, enough talk kind of about our tournament in general. Obviously, it's going in the right direction. But let's get to the games itself. What was a team that really stuck out to you in the tournament that maybe didn't win it all?
Okay, right before we do that, let's just talk about what they were playing for real quick.
Okay.
This week, the prize got doubled due to the amount of teams in it. So the more teams that join, the more money going to keep getting put into it, all by Madden School. So they were playing for $120 total. First place was $75, second place $45. But as you said, a team that stuck out to me that had just a sensational run in this gauntlet of a bracket.
Right.
I mean, from top to bottom, there was tough teams everywhere, Hype. But the team that stuck out was team not in the top 1,000. I'm talking, it was a group of 3 guys that came together and said, hey, let's play in the tournament. Let's make a run. They faced off in the Elite 8 round against a team that had the #1 ranked squads player over on the PlayStation 4 console. Well, guess what? Late in the 4th quarter, with basically no time remaining, it was 17-10. They score. They could kick an extra point to tie the game and go to OT.
Right.
Not in the top 1,000. You know what they say? They say we're going for 2. And they won it all, and they got to the Final 4.
Yeah, no guts, no glory with them, and they did get the glory of advancing into the Final 4. Obviously, it didn't work out, you know, perfectly for them, and the Cinderella story kind of came to an end, but I'm sure we'll see them in the upcoming future.
Yeah, and I'm definitely excited to kind of keep an eye on them.
Yeah, so as the tournament progressed, we did get into our championship game, which involved Team LG, a familiar face, along with Team Blick, a team we haven't heard a lot about, but after watching them play 3 or 4 games, obviously they're the real deal.
Yeah, and they had another top player on their team in Baby Nuts, the quarterback. He's one of the top offensive coordinators in the whole PlayStation side, and basically what he's been doing lately, or in the whole time we've been doing the tournaments, is kind of bouncing around from team to team, trying to find a team that can really stick, and I think he might have found that this week.
Yeah, exactly, and that could help a lot once you get that chemistry and can continue moving in a positive direction with some teammates. What happened in the championship game was Team Blick taking down the first place prize. Obviously, we paid out 2 teams, so Team LG did still manage to get a little bit of money in their hands.
Yeah,
however,
$45. And Team LG is led on offense by Charged Avenger, and then on defense by Elite Gamer. You cannot really forget Elite Gamer because he does such a good job defensively keeping his team in the ball game. To basically always give his team a chance so Charged can go make a play late in the game to secure a victory.
Yeah, exactly. And in the squads mode, it's going to take 3 guys all on the same page giving effort. There's no way you can really have one guy, show up and win the whole thing by himself. It's just not going to happen. Obviously, unfortunately, we had some problems with Team Blick in the streaming. We don't have a lot of rules, but Madden School has clearly stated when you're playing your games, we do need to stream them just so that the tournament can run efficiently.
Yeah, and obviously we were doing the broadcast, so we didn't get to see all of that side of things, but I guess Blick did not stream any of their games the entire tournament. So, and then when asked about it, we went to the recent broadcasts, obviously, and they were not there. So they forfeited that money, unfortunately. But that money we're not keeping, of course.
No, there is good news.
And next week on Thursday night, we're going to have our largest prize pool yet. So far right now, it's $135. Obviously, if a crazy amount of teams get in, that could change and be more money.
Yeah, exactly. And if we can double like we've pretty much been doing on a weekly basis, I'm sure that will jump week to week. Obviously, Team LG, we were fortunate enough to do a top 5 plays. Really a bunch of good plays. I mean, we had quarterback draws go to the house. We had some great user, a couple catches in the end zone where it looked like receivers had no chance and they just went up and made a play. But the number 1 play was Team LG with a nice inside zone split run that was all user. I mean, he completely missed the hole, and you can kind of take over from what happened there.
Yeah, so basically they had a split closed look, so that means if you don't know, you got a running back on the left and another back on the right of the quarterback. So the inside zone split is mostly a run that's going to go up the middle to the right side. Well, Charge took the handoff and saw that the hole wasn't there, cut it back to the left, had 2 user defenders coming at him, and he hit the B button on them, or actually, sorry, the circle button on them, spun, and then dove on into the end zone to get a huge score, and that actually took our number 1 play of the week.
Yeah, I thought it was perfect stick, just a beautiful play by him, and it was a lot of fun to watch and commentate as well. Obviously, looking forward, if you're still joining us in this video, you're probably asking yourself, okay, well, I'm in. How do I sign up?
Free money. Who doesn't like that?
Yeah, exactly. And on MaddenSchool.com, it's easy. MaddenSchool.com/squads. Yep. There is a 5-step process. And you want to take them through the process?
Yeah, so basically, it's going to be on the PlayStation 4 again this next Thursday coming up. And that Thursday is going to be the 24th of January. All you have to do is find 2 friends or 2 people you want to play with. For Mud Squads, you need 3 people. Then you go on MaddenSchool.com/squads and you're going to register your team. And you just basically have to give a team name, all your PSN IDs for the 3 people, an email address, a link to your stream, and your Twitter handle. Twitter handle is optional. That's just if you want updates on Twitter. And then right before the tournament, 30 minutes prior to the tournament, we do a check-in. So you have to check in. You can do it on email or send a tweet. And then number 4, you just report your scores. And so it's a very simple process. Nothing complicated like that. We already have teams signed up ready to go for next week. And we're looking forward for it to be, again, the biggest turnout.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Obviously, we've enjoyed doing this quite a bit, and the growing thing is very fun to watch, and it's fun to commentate, and I'm sure for the players involved in the tournament, it's a lot of fun, especially when there's huge prize pools, growing week by week. But for you, what would be the main reason, as we're kind of wrapping up here, of why the Madden community or Madden players that aren't playing in this tournament should start kind of trying to play?
I think it's just different, and it could be something that's not only beneficial for big prize pools later on, but it's also just enjoyable to see kind of a team effort. In other bigger esports, you see like the Call of Duties, the Fortnites, they have that team aspect. Well, Madden's always been kind of a one-on-one game, all the way back from Madden Nation when they tried to incorporate a team style on the Madden bus. However, you know, it was still just one-on-one play. Well, now we have an actual team play set up. So I think it's cool. And this is kind of, I'm kind of calling out some of the top guys. You know, if you guys are not involved in your club series right now, if you're already out of that, why not give this a chance? Let's see if you can match up with some of these top squad players as well as you can match up with the top solo guys.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun once we start to get the attention of some of these top solo players, just because it's a whole new element. It's, you know, the same game, but there's so many new things to learn and have fun with in the team aspect of the game. Our last and final thoughts, obviously, we've picked a couple winners, but we've picked a couple losers along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Each week it's kind of been a surprise. There's always familiar faces deep in the tournament, but we can't always put our finger on, you know, who's going to be the winner. But for next week's tournament, Stick, who do you got?
Ooh, it's going to be another tough bracket. I cannot wait to see it because I know there's going to be even more players hopping in that are also very talented. But I think a team that hasn't got them one yet, that is, you know, bound to at some point, is Team Lurk Gang. And they're kind of led by their defensive coordinator, Barbosis. And, you know, I think they are a very talented group, and they have the opportunity to beat anybody that kind of comes their way. And I think led by him, he gets the job done next week. What about you? Hype?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. That team has really been there each week. It's just whether it's, you know, not enough points or not everything has clicked in time. However, I mean, with the amount of new teams joining week to week, I really do think that it's going to be a brand new face in the winner's circle when it comes down to Thursday night. There's just so much, you know, new things happening. And I also think that the new teams playing squads, if they can get used to it and practice a couple games, the other teams don't have a look at them, and you really can't tell, you know.
Yeah, you know.
There's no way to scout that offense when you haven't played it yet. So I am going to go with a new face, but either way, definitely looking forward to Thursday night.
Yeah, so that is pretty much going to do it for our first recap of the year of our Mutt Squads tournament, hosted by MaddenSchool.com. I'm Stickwork, as always, alongside Stick Hype. We're with MaddenSchool.com, and we hope to see you Thursday night.